What in the... Dios míos, everybody. Hello? Okay. Okay.
Stanky
Yo.
boot.
Okay. I'm gonna eat real quick.
I hear them.
I'll say I think they might be in our building. But
All right.
Hundreds of National Guard members and military troops arriving at the Imperial Beach Border Patrol Station today. It comes after President Donald Trump ordered to send troops to the U.S.-Mexico border earlier this week. ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo breaks down what this means as the president lays out his new plan on immigration.
Well, this Border Patrol station in Imperial Beach is just miles away from the border wall, and it's here that we saw troops preparing for their next mission. Troops on the ground in San Diego, a part of President Trump's promise to crack down on the situation at the southern border. Friday, Sky 10 saw troops at the Imperial Beach Border Patrol station. Cameras capturing tents, concertina wire, and trucks lined up. From the ground, armed Marines in what appeared to be a staging area. This video shared by the White House shows U.S. Marines along the border wall. A total of 1,500 troops are part of this initial mission, including 500 from Camp Pendleton. The troops' arrival comes at the same time that Attorney General Rob Bonta visited San Diego as part of a Know Your Rights tour for immigrants in the state, hoping to calm fears for those already in the country.
I know there's a tremendous amount of fear and anxiety and confusion.
The military says the troops' duties will include repairing and placing physical barriers. A senior defense official telling ABC News this is just the start, and they are, quote, anticipating many further missions. At the U.S.-Mexico border, Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
Along with the U.S. border, Laura also covers stories about the South Bay and Latino communities. If there's a story you want her to know about, you can scan the QR code on your screen or email her directly at laura.acevedo@10news.com.
How are you? I'm doing good, bro. I'm eating. I'm eating fish tacos, zucchini, and roasted corn. And they even threw in some kale slaw, which ain't very good, but good for you.
We're in the soon-to-be fascist America, and we're here to say hell no to Trump, to fascism, and to the whole damn system of capitalism, imperialism, which gave birth to this nightmare.
This country has fucked up the rest of the world and destroyed people's homelands and forced millions of people from the Congo to Latin America to flee their homelands and seek refuge in places like the U.S., and then they turn around and call them criminals and demonize immigrants.
We not cross the border crossed us. They stole Mexican territory. It's us territory. But Trump is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy motherfucker, though.
They're coming in from prisons. They're coming in from jails.
These aren't people. These are animals.
If you listen to
help me, it's flooding in Malaysia. Goddamn Astro.
Why is there debt? Because of immigrants.
I'm sorry, bro. Hey, yo, you know what you need to do?
People because of immigrants. Fentanyl crisis. Why is that?
Set up sandbags.
Everything. They're the scapegoats. They're sort of the spearhead for a whole fascist onslaught.
Or lay
people
elevated and watch my live.
And oppressed under this system.
This whole system is illegitimate and run.
Fascism, capitalism, imperialism.
The U.S. enacting coups all over the world, backing reactionary governments, environmental destruction, people being forced out of their country because their environment is no longer livable.
Donald Trump's mass deportations are underway.
Como estamos viendo, el primer convoy de mexicanos deportados están llegando a Ciudad Juárez.
Bien, hasta ahorita tengo salud, pero de mi familia no he sabido nada.
In the name of humanity, we refuse to accept a fascist America.
That's why we need revolution. We need a whole different system.
A revolution is when millions rise up and defeat, dismantle, disarm the violent forces of this system. Actually overthrowing this system, building a whole new society, and doing so without turning into the people you just overthrew.
What would be, I guess, the ideal society to you?
One, a world without borders, where people aren't considered illegal, and one where other people are actually considered as full human beings. We're all illegals. If this fascist regime calls you illegals, we're all illegals. So that's why we're here, is to go right to where people live and where they're most scared.
Okay, cool.
All right, what's up, you guys? We're here in MacArthur Park area, Los Angeles, California.
Ningún ser humano es ilegal. What can you tell me about MacArthur Park?
MacArthur Park is a neighborhood of mainly Central American, Mexican, immigrants, migrants that come here from all over the world.
People, the hard people, workers, they got fear right now. Yeah. Because they don't know what's going on in the first or whatever. They're waiting for that thing. And they fear to lose the family and everything.
Yeah. This is why we wanted to come here to call on them to say, New Year, no fear. A New Year, no fear. Nuevo año sin miedo. Todos somos ilegales. Well, now's the time to stand up, not cowering in fear, not hiding in the shadows like Trump is telling people to do, but coming out and refusing to accept a fascist America.
Immigration and customs enforcement operations reportedly underway in jurisdictions all across the nation.
Are you sure that's what you want? It's still pretty early.
MacArthur Park symbolizes.
Yeah, MacArthur Park is like the absolute death of like urban Los Angeles.
Yeah, it looks like a scene from Tucker Carlson's Nightmares.
Yeah, it's drugs, gangs, homelessness. I'm pretty sure there was hella dead bodies in the fucking lake.
A body was found in MacArthur Park Lake.
Unfortunately, nobody we talked to was surprised by the fact that there was a body found in the lake here.
Colin, you are not going to MacArthur Park tonight. In fact, none of you are going to MacArthur Park tonight.
I mean, when I first found out about the location, I was tripping out. You know what I mean? People are out here like hustling, and they're all about capitalism, I feel like.
Yeah, it's almost like a hyper-capitalistic environment. It kind of reminds me of TJ.
Yeah.
Everybody's selling some shit where you got these fences rolled out with like everything under the sun. Hats, Jordans, toothpaste, t-shirts, fake IDs. We're almost in the epicenter of capitalism.
Yeah.
In a straightforward barter economy.
Straight up. It's like a one-stop shop for everything.
I think there's a lot of people who they find every kind of way they can to try to sell their goods on the street, and they face all kinds of harassment as well. But there's a hyper-consumerism and obsession that people have with getting more for yourself, because there's a very meaningless existence in this country of just get more for yourself, consume more, and it's also promoted in the culture everywhere. It's why some of the more famous artists are kind of drawn to the Trump fascism, is because of that whole hustler, get mine, fuck everybody else shit is very in sync with this Trump MAGA fascism. So look, this is a system that is very unlike any other capitalist country that has ever existed. This country lives like a big, fat, bloated parasite off of the people of the world, okay? And making a revolution in this country in a new world would not only be good for people who are suffering now here, but it would be a big weight lifted off of the backs of people all over the world.
It's important to note that this march was organized by the New Revolutionary Communist Party, aka the RevComs, a small political party founded in 1975 with numbers in the thousands.
My name is Annie Day. I'm with the RevComs, the Revolutionary Communists, the RevCom Corps for the Emancipation of Humanity.
Their primary cause in organizing the rally was to protest deportations by ICE, something they see as an extension of capitalism itself.
We're actually concerned with the masses of oppressed people, the people who are hungry for a different kind of world, the decent people who, even if they don't suffer from oppression, want to see an end to it. And that's who has to get mobilized, and we think we're in a rare time where that actual revolution is not just more urgent, but more possible.
Their operational plan is to overthrow the U.S. government and do away with capitalism, while simultaneously granting sovereignty to all U.S. territories.
Puerto Rico, independent day one. Other countries that this country has dominated independent day one. We might have to form another nation within the borders of what had been the United States in order to give national sovereignty to oppressed peoples, because, like, again, people have risen up repeatedly for liberation, even in Puerto Rico and everywhere, and they've had their heads cut off every time they lifted up, including directly by the U.S.
The RevComs are devout followers of a man named Bob Avakian, a communist theorist who cut his teeth in the Bay Area during the 1960s, a time in which political mobilization among the youth was at an all-time high.
He came out of the 1960s. He was part of the upsurgence of that time, the revolutionary student movement against the Vietnam War. He was part of the free speech movement back in the day at Berkeley. He worked very closely with the Black Panther Party in their most revolutionary days. And like so many people of that generation, he became a revolutionary.
We will not fight racism with racism. We refuse to stoop to the level of a racist to hate somebody because of the color of his skin.
During Avakian's heyday, communism seemed to be growing at an exponential rate, along with environmentalism, animal rights movements, farm workers unions, civil rights groups, and other activist organizations. But this would all quickly come to an end
Yo, what
in the
up,
early
Ken?
70s, when an FBI counterintelligence program infiltrated, disrupted, and discredited
PC
almost
fucked up.
all of these organizations and their leaders, leading to diminished numbers and widespread disillusionment.
I know people who came out of the 1960s who gave up on revolution because they didn't see a way out, and who turned to all kinds of, shooting up, smoking crack, because they didn't have any hope, not just because they were suffering, but because they lost the hope. And, a brother who came out of prison talked about how it wasn't until he found, like, Bob Avakian talking about how to revive the communist movement and save the project of emancipation, that he found, like, there's something to live for and not just to kill ourselves doping up with the enemy's poison.
Unlike so many others, he never gave up on revolution because the system didn't get better, and he's forged a new communism.
Bob Avakian apparently has a new constitution for a new communist reality.
It does lay out the basic principles and a lot of very concrete guidelines and institutional, procedures that could actually guide people on how to begin the day after seizing power, so to speak, and actually transforming society in a way that would be emancipating.
He's re-envisioned the project of human emancipation.
If you were to look at communism throughout history, what do you think are the most successful examples of communism in application?
One is the first revolution in the Soviet Union that lasted from about 1917 to the mid-50s. And the second is the revolution in China from 49 to 76. And both of those revolutions was the first time the slaves stood up and cast off the yoke of oppression and exploitation and were heroic. And in that process of actual building new societies, there were also errors.
The so-called Cultural Revolution would end up leaving millions dead.
Even, and Avakian points to even grievous errors.
Yeah.
And learning from that new stage, we actually can do different and much better the next time power is in the hands of the masses.
How do you reckon with the actions of some of these more authoritarian communist governments like Tiananmen Square or the Soviet gulags?
When you're talking about Tiananmen Square, that was actually after capitalism had been restored in China, after Mao Zedong died, and there was a capitalist restoration. And then in terms of the gulags,
Bro, get on Fortnite. I am, bro.
One, communism is the most
I think I know what your
wiped out
PC
and
said to
distorted
you. I've been learning Morse
experience
code
in
for a
our
bit.
society.
Yeah, tell me what my
And you
PC
look
said.
at The proponents of the people who most attack the Soviet gulags are the masters of mass incarceration in this country, literally a country that has locked up more people than any other country in the world.
In the 1800s, they had plantations and land to enslave people on. Now the factories and warehouses where they employed people throughout the 1900s are gone, and they're using people in even more vulnerable places like Vietnam and Indonesia. And so they have no use for millions and generations of black people and brown people who they have all concentrated in these inner cities. So they have prisons and coffins.
That said, this is what I mean when I say grievous errors. There are actual serious experiences to look at about, well, why was dissent outlawed? What was wrong in the understanding of the people leading, of Stalin in particular? What was wrong in his understanding that led to the crushing of dissent, that led to thinking that if there was any dissent under socialism, it must be foreign influences, and those people must be silenced and crushed.
Yo, capitalism.
Yo.
Are you playing?
Yeah.
We just finished.
Okay, I was eating my food.
I'm assuming Nathan is gonna get on.
What are y'all playing?
Fortnite.
I'm down.
With Nathan, we're really gonna play with this guy.
Damn.
It's okay.
Alright, fuck you, Josh.
Him and Tyler can. Oh, there you go. Sick. Oh.
Aw.
I thought he was gone. It's okay because Tyler and him can struggle, and we can just carry him.
Yeah, that's normally how it goes anyway.
Yeah, I've seen.
They kiss, we carry.
Did you go back to the lobby?
Yeah, go back to lobby.
Let me boot in.
What, you didn't like my video on capitalism?
Yo, why doesn't it let me? Tyler was downed and I couldn't res him. Is that like a thing with top 10, top 25 or some shit? Or is my shit just retarded?
Failures and shortcomings of that revolution are great lessons.
Yo, I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna smack the Penjington, and everyone in this call better as well. Except for Nathan, because I know Nathan's.
Fortnite loading, but look at the sunset, Ka.
Let me go take a piss real quick.
Bro, there's no such thing as a sunset. The sun never actually sets because it's always comes back, so it never set.
I'm gonna kill you, Josh.
Toggle Webble Canton.
I'm about to let loose on little bruh.
Yo, everyone smack your Penjington right now.
Hold on, let me grab a beer. I'll do that. Fuck y'all know about fucking Ale Smith 394.
Hey, yo, shotgun it in your butt.
Shotgun it in your butt.
I'm honestly so hyped to play Bully later. That game is so fucking good. I recommend if you guys haven't played it before, or if you haven't played in a long time, it's so good.
Bully, like the fucking Rockstar.
Yes,
like,
the old. Yeah. The OG one.
Who just farted?
Shh.
I fucking heard that shit.
I know. I try to make it loud for chat. You gotta let it cook up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, oops! I invited the wrong person. Oh no.
I guess we could just fucking join up. Then invite them. Put on Renegade Waito.
Tyler, join.
Tyler's here.
Am I supposed to join that?
Yes, join.
Oh yeah.
No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Home and I are in our own lobby.
Yeah, but Coleman's a little stinky butt face. Wait, oh no.
Join here or invite me. I don't give a fuck. I'm in
Wait,
Josh's
can you
lobby.
guys hear me?
No. Cannot hear you.
Oh, holy shit, I guess my internet's so good right now. I have an average ping of 0 milliseconds, and it's 0% packet loss. What the fuck? That tripped me out. Okay. Who? Oh my god.
Yo, Coleman is Squid Games.
Oh my god, no, it broke my PC again. I can't play Fortnite. It's breaking my PC. I don't know what to fuck. Why is it doing this?
What?
My PC's broken. I have to reset.
What is he doing?
I have to reset PC. I have to reset PC. Again.